Damn. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome into Jam with J Money. Hey, we back another day, man. We come on. Hey, Junior was just here, man. He'll be right back. I guarantee you, he'll be right back. There you go, man. Nah, y'all, what's up, man? We did another show. We're trying to get to some money today. A little even day yesterday. The Clippers absolutely smashed. We gonna recap it though. Y'all make sure y'all get to SBR video / NBA. Check out all the articles. Y'all hit the like button. Retweet the show. Share with your family, friends, all that good stuff, man. What's up, Jordan? Everything cool with you? How was your day yesterday?
Not great. It's kind of been the story of my week. Just kind of at or right below 500 for me last night. Ended up 3-3, but my three biggest plays lost and my three small plays won. So that's kind of just the way last night goes for you. Last night, the story from there, I think overall is there's a reason why sportsbooks are becoming a big business, and you saw a lot of favorites just fall apart last night, especially early. Outside of Philly and the Clippers, man, I think all the favorites lost last night. So and then a bunch of them lost outright, obviously, big double digits. So I mean, I don't know what to say about last night. I'm trying to turn things around here, to say the least. But the only ones I did cash yesterday were the overs in the first half on Phoenix and Utah. Lost that one from the first half of Milwaukee, Washington, but of course that one goes into overtime, and the full game over cashes even at 243. But I couldn't get my 118 to cash in the first half of that one. So just a lot of bad breaks, just things not swinging my way. But I'll try to weather the storm here, try to correct things. We'll see what happens with tonight. But I do have a couple of good leans for tonight, so I'm feeling pretty good about bouncing back. Just kind of got to weather the storm, trust the process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it, man. Yeah, I know it was some upsets. It was some crazy stuff happening yesterday for sure, man. What's up, Junior? Everything good with you? You get some cash yesterday, or I know you're ready to get some cash today.
Definitely today. I got a lot of plays today. Yesterday I went 2-2, so no, definitely not. Could have been worse, lost a little juice, but yeah, Brooklyn disappointed. They had a big lead early. I watched the second half of that game. Aaron Gordon was balling, so I want to definitely mention that. Atlanta was close in the fourth quarter at some point, and then forgot how to score. Joel Embiid went nuts, 49 points, which is not really surprising. But I did hit. I was stubborn, and I decided to fade Minnesota again last night. So your hometown boys, Dallas, came through for me with that first half and full gameplay. So I ended up 2-2 yesterday. I've got 7 plays today. I usually don't have so many plays so early in the day. So let's get to it whenever you guys are ready.
I like it.
Yeah, let's get to it, man. My guy Teddy coming off that smacker the Clippers yesterday, man. I know I was on them too, man. First half and the full, and it should have been a trifecta. I knew the boy. What I tell y'all, we kind of had the inside info with Kawhi coming out there, you know what I'm saying, pissed at Jammin. They come out like no, man, revenge game, Jay. And boy, Teddy was right on it, and I told you, I was like, hey. Watch Teddy gonna be on it. We smacked it, Teddy. What's up? I know you all good, and you had to lean with Orlando as well, man. They start coming back. I said, damn, I told y'all Teddy was gonna be right on the next one. That's the first thing I thought about. What's up, Teddy?
The first thing I was thinking about was when Junior saying I'm fading Minnesota every way that I can, and I was like, the first score you saw the whole game, I'm like, you nailed it, man. That's why that was a hot take and a worthy take. Clippers were a pretty good take last night. When you're up 26 after one and they never cut it under 20, that was a pretty easy rocking chair. But I mean, look at the card last night. The first 5 games on the card, the team that controlled the first 3 quarters didn't cover the spread. The Wizards scored 41 in the fourth against Milwaukee. The Heat scored 12 in the fourth against the Cavs. The Sixers go nuts down the stretch because Atlanta had the lead going to the fourth quarter of that game. And Sixers go nuts. Orlando, what they scored 74 in the second half. I mean, they hit everything. If you watch the first half of that game, they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I'm sitting there going, oh my God, these guys are so right. And then, of course, the second half that flipped. And then the Knicks come in at the very end against the Rockets and steal a point spread cover there. So, I mean, literally, the first 5 games on the card, first half bet versus full game bet, opposite result. So when you have one of those kind of nights in the NBA, you just take a breath. Hopefully you got out of it okay, and you come back the next day, and hopefully you won't see the insanity that we saw in all these fourth quarters yesterday. You like it when the teams that are the right sides end up cashing the tickets, and that just wasn't the case in a lot of games last night.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right with that. Up three quarters. I mean, hey, it happens, man. I know I was on. I'm glad that I had next first quarter, first half, those cash, and then the full game didn't end up cashing. Man, that was pretty tough. The Cavs, they cashed the home and home. I mean, I told y'all them boys ain't quitting, and it's crazy because the Heat were up easy in that one. That was one, like you say 31-12 in the fourth quarter, goes to overtime, and then whoever had the under got screwed off as well. I know a couple of late buckets there, but if it wasn't, obviously if they would have missed and then they just played out the time, then that one would have went under. Cavs win straight up home and home cashes, man. The 76ers, like Junior said, Joel Embiid goes off 49. They end up covering, they winning by 17, going off and outscoring them by 18 in the fourth quarter, man. The damn Hogs, and that was crazy because I can't make it took the lead. I'm like, damn, I can't believe that. Then they pissed away like it didn't even matter. It's pretty tough, man. The Bucks, if you had them, it's pretty tough as well. I mean, they was up like it wasn't nothing in that game. I mean, easy, and then obviously they just let out. Obviously, looking ahead to the game today, the Wizards never quit. Beal went off for 55 double nickel. He said gave my Knicks a double nickel. He gave them Bucks a double nickel. 108 points in 2 nights, man, and in a losing effort in both nights. Pretty tough, man. You see Bill stand like there, man. Get this. He got to go to a win. Him on a winning team, it's gonna be deadly, man. We've been saying that for years, but well, no, that's a whole different discussion. The Magic, like you said, I mean, the Nets just stopped playing. I know, and they pissed Gordon off with chanting it to him at the free throw line, saying Dwayne Wade don't like you, pissed him off, and ever since then he started going off on his shit. And then stopped playing defense. 74 points. It happens, man. Lost the full game on the Nets, man. It happens. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm kind of pissed that I didn't hop on the Knicks. I saw it last minute. Okay, Russell Westbrook come out the bench. Then say Russell Westbrook scratch. I see all three of them. Oh, boom! They just laying off the private jet. PJ Tucker, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Obviously, Tucker and Harden played. They was up in that game as well and pissed away because I was it was up at halftime. I'm like, oh shit, it didn't matter. They finna smack them. No, the Knicks still get the cash in there. When the Mavs, my guys, I didn't have a bet in that game, but hey, it's nice to see them smack them around, smack anybody around. I love to see that. Can't believe Utah lost by 20 at the house. I don't give a damn. You can't do that in that spot. I mean, that's just absolutely terrible, man. That the Jazz lost by 20 in your own house to their Suns. I mean, no, bro. The Clippers absolute smackdown. Nothing else to say about that one. That was never a game. It was never. I mean, from the get go, it was like 30-7, real quick. No, bro. Y'all just go ahead and head to the house, man. Maybe better spots for you. Let's get to today's card, man. Charlotte versus Indiana. We got the Pacers open up at 11. We know Lamb's gonna be out. He got a bunch of stuff going on with his knee there. He's gonna be out for a while there. Spread went down to 10.5. I don't know if the Pacers should be landing this amount of points. It is a bounce back spot after the second worst loss in history, but don't get me wrong, they can bounce back versus the Hornets. And I don't like this game. I mean, maybe if the Pacers in full strength or something like that, but I'm staying off of it. Jordan, did you have some on this game?
Yeah, I do. I was looking at the totals here, and I think the first quarter is where I'm going to put my action on this game on the under. I'm getting at 54.5. It's been steaming down pretty quickly here. It's at 53.5 at most shops right now. The last time I looked, but 54. But this is, like you said, this is basically do or die time for the Pacers with the way they played, especially the way they got their ass kicked against Toronto. I didn't have anything on that game, but I did barely cash them against the Knicks 2 games ago, and that kind of set the red flags here. So I would not fault anyone for taking points with the Hornets tonight and fading the Pacers the way they've been playing. That being said, though, and I keep saying this about the Pacers, the dip is here, but the rise I think is coming pretty soon, especially if Oladipo is able to come back tonight. I know Lamb, prayers up for him, man. That's a horrific injury, to say the least. But luckily this team is deep enough to take advantage even with him out. And to be honest, he hasn't been playing terribly great this year in his first year in Indiana anyways. So, I mean, the time is now, I think, for this team to buckle down. If they do it, they're going to do it defensively here. These are two of the worst first quarter offenses in the league. They're bottom third in pace in the first quarter. They're bottom third in the league in offensive efficiency in the first quarter. The Pacers defense, though, is obviously very good in these spots. They're top 10 in the league in first quarter defense, and at home they're even better than that. So I think if the narrative is the Pacers come back and are in a bounce back spot, which I think it is, I think that's correct. Whether or not they're going to cover the full game, I'm not touching that. But I do think that means they're going to engage defensively very early in the game, and they have the ability to do that at home, especially against this team that is bottom of the league basically offensively. So I think under here in the first quarter is a pretty good play. Would not be surprised to see either team combined for 50 points here in the first quarter. So I think it's still pretty good at 54, even at 53.5.
Got you, Junior. You got anything on this one? If you don't have none on this, I know you like some on them Raptors and Bucks. You can say something about that one if you don't have anything on the Pacers and Hornets spot.
I got nada. I can't lay this many points with the Pacers. There's just no way.
Right. Did you have anything? Did you like anything on that Bucks versus Raptors spot?
Oh, you know it. I was just gonna wait for Teddy to give his opinion, and then I'll go unless you want me to go right now.
Yeah, Teddy, real quick, did you have anything on the Hornets Pacers? We know it's not a marquee game out there, but did you happen to have a play on this game?
So I lean Indiana. I did not pull the trigger. And part of it comes from what we saw against the Knicks. You were talking about that lucky cover we got against the Knicks. By my count, that game went back and forth across the number 7 times in the last 30 seconds. There was a sweat and a half. And Indiana covered because the Knicks missed 2 free throws that ended up turning them instead of cutting it to 6 and ended up staying at 8 and got the money. But Indiana's offense did not work during crunch time of that game. It's like the Nets. That was my biggest concern about the Nets offense in Orlando last night. And this may be that, where it's a Pacers team that, with all the changes they've had, if their offense isn't clicking during crunch time, you can't lay doubles. But Charlotte's got a glass chin. They've lost all their road games against teams like Indiana by margin. It's Indiana or pass, very clearly for me.
Yeah, me. Honestly, Teddy, I was looking the same way. I can't say I didn't expect to be laying that amount of points. The motivation will be there. I mean, when you get smacked up like that by 46, you're gonna come back the next game like we what I'm saying, at the house as well against the Hornets. It's a perfect recipe in my opinion, but I am staying off of it. I'm not laying it. I can't say that. But Teddy. We got this Bucks versus Raptors spot, man. We know the Bucks, you know what I'm saying? They played yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, a little third game in 4 nights. I'm on the road here. Yeah, third game in 4 nights. You're on the road. You're going to, you know what I'm saying, Toronto here after an overtime game versus you run up and down the court with, obviously, today's NBA. I mean, especially the Bucks, they run up and down the court every night. They are a pretty deep team, but, I mean, we know this. We know they beat the Raptors early this year, Teddy. Bucks, one of the best teams in the league, if not, obviously had the best record. What you think, Teddy? You think the Raptors can catch them here? They hide at the house. I mean, Raptors are a different beast at the crib here. They get catching 1.5. Teddy, what you thinking on this Raptor spot?
Only Toronto, This is, and I haven't pulled the trigger because I don't know that I bet against the Bucks this year. I'm tempted to bet against them today, but it's staying in the lean category for me. So, and it's largely because of the quotes. All right. I ran into a Van Vliet quote talking about, well, it doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. We beat them in the playoffs. We're worried about the playoffs. That quote concerned me, especially because Milwaukee does care about the regular season. And they do remember what happened in the postseason last year. And look, I'm not stepping in front of Toronto in this range. It's a one-way game, Raptors or pass. I've chosen to pass. My powering number on the game, for what it's worth, is Toronto -1 with Milwaukee on the second of back-to-backs. My powering on the first game was Indiana -12 over Charlotte.
Got you. Like that. I like that. Like that breakdown right there. You made some good points, Junior. Now we ready, bro. What you got, man? Come on, bro. What's up? This your team. This is your team versus your team. You gotta pick a side, Junior. We ain't letting you out the show. You can't come on the show tomorrow if you don't pick a side in this one, Junior. You got to. This is your team versus your team. What you gonna do, Junior?
I'm glad you said my team versus my team because, like I said, just because I used to live in Toronto doesn't mean they're my team. Unless they win me money, they ain't my team. But all jokes aside, I got Raptors first half money line -102, Raptors full game +1. I decided to go Raptors just because of the price. They're just a very good home team. It's just not a good spot for the Bucks. I know that Giannis, like I was mentioning before, kind of, in my opinion, basically threw that game last night. How do you play 24 minutes in an overtime game? That seems kind of weird to me. Middleton did not have the night off, though. He put up some big numbers, including minutes-wise. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays tonight, but I don't care what Fred VanVleet says. Nick Nurse does not let the Raptors take games off. The crowd knows the significance of this game. The crowd also knows that Milwaukee is the number one team in the league, and it's clear that they're the number one team in the league because they only lost like 6 or 7 games. They're by far the most dominant team in the league, winning their games by an average of double digits. So you can't really afford to take them lightly in any spot. That being said, this is too good of a price for me to pass up against the Raptors. The Raptors right now, 117 of 18. You can just go on and on about the stats the Raptors have put up. The one stat that I like is that they just constantly play solid defense, and I think that the Bucks, having played most of their players anyway, played an overtime game yesterday, it's just a rough spot for them. I think they got into Toronto at like 4 a.m. It's just not a good look for them.
Yeah, my thing with the Raptors, I mean, the boys 70 house. So look, the Bucks are obviously going for the record. They're going for at least 70 wins. They're gonna have some like if they're gonna have a loss. I don't think that's something. If they're gonna have a loss, it's gonna be in a situation like this versus a team like the Raptors. I mean, on a back-to-back, third game 4 nights. I mean, Raptors got the rest advantage. They booming and bugging. You know what I'm saying? 16 out of 17 at the house. Like Junior say, they don't take games off, man. Let's say 72 ATS last 9 at the crib, and obviously them ATS losses. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just one of them was an L. It was a straight up loss. They just need to win straight up. They could lose by 1. Really, you cover. Hey, you better get the best of that number. If it's a 1.5 out there, you better get it. You might as well. But Jordan, you got anything on this one, my guy?
I just want to piggyback on what you guys said because we pretty much were all in consensus before the show about this one, so I won't take too long because it's a somewhat big slate. But yeah, this is absolutely a Raptors or nothing spot for me. I haven't jumped on it yet, but simply for the fact that I know this is like a big playoff revenge kind of game for Milwaukee, and I know they kind of have the motivation. They obviously need I think 18 more wins to clinch the number 1 overall seed, which would give them like 2.5 weeks rest at the end of the season to get ready for the playoffs. You know that's kind of what they're gunning for this year, and so they're not going to obviously come into this game and after taking last night lightly, probably say in the second half, they're not going to take Toronto lightly at all. But Toronto's too good, like Junior said. This is a great price. I think they've been home underdogs 3 times this year. I think they're 1-2 against the spread, but I think a couple of those losses were because of injury, not so much because of them being the worst or being an underdog here, a true underdog. I think that even money for a win tonight on the Raptors, maybe one of the better plays of the night. After we talk about this again tomorrow, but I still haven't jumped on it yet, just simply because I'm thinking I'm going to watch it a little bit more, see if it moves a little bit more in our favor before I pull the trigger later tonight. But yeah, absolutely, it's rare that I suggest fading the Bucks, like especially Junior as well. But I think it's the right side tonight.
Exactly. So let's get to this OKC versus Bulls game, man. This one been it's been shooting up ever since it came out, man. I know I first saw it at 6, man. I knew it was gonna go up fast as well, and this is one of those where it's gonna be a huge public side. Obviously it's up to 7.5 now, so there's still some 7s out there, but 7.5 at most shops out there. The 7s are at -115. But shit, Bovada even got -7.5. I mean, the Bulls got the win in the last game partly because they were playing a team that don't play no defense. You know what I'm saying? They was looking ahead to the Bucks. They had lost 8 straight games for that. In my opinion, the Bulls still look fake. I mean, I know Kobe White was kind of sort of got into a little groove. He was non-existent there for a while. He got into a little groove. Zach LaVine is still a baller. Other than that, OKC bring their A game in here. These motherfuckers the road team in the best road covering team. That's what really matters. If you nobody care about this straight up, Rick, we care about the covering spreads plus betters. You already know, Teddy. 20-5 ATS on the road, man. Boys better get my damn money back from the loss of the day, man. I gotta take OKC here, man, and all the numbers back up. It ain't just me pissed off at the Bulls. The numbers back up as well. It's getting high though. It is getting up there. It's one of those you gotta get the opener, man. It's getting up there. Jordan, did you have any thoughts on this game?
I don't have any. Initially, I kind of thought the over was going to be a pretty good play, and it seems like a lot of people agree with me, but I didn't jump on that early number, and it's kind of the same story with the spread like you were talking about. If you didn't jump on it early, it's getting harder to bet. Just, this OKC, obviously, like you said, the best road team in the league, essentially, but Chicago, I think, even though they are injured and even though they're still going to be without Wendell Carter tonight, I think he just got ruled out. They're still pretty scrappy at home early, so like the longer you let them hang around, the worse OKC's chances are. They're going to have to knock them out early, I think, and kind of cruise to the win, which is not really OKC style here. So I think I'm staying away from it. But there is some value, I think, in the earlier number here. But if you jumped on it, so I would feel pretty good about that, especially the first half. It opened at 2.5, it's all the way up to 4 now, which obviously you think you feel really good about if you got the OKC side.
Yeah, Junior, did you have anything on this game? Like he said, it is getting up there, man. Phoenix went there and beat them by 8. I know it's Charlotte going there and beat them by 10, man. And I'm talking about with ease, Charlotte went in there and smacked them up, man. Bulls, like I say, they showed they wanted to win last game. Before that, they weren't acting like they wanted to win at all, man. Teddy, no. Junior, you have anything on this one?
Yeah, I got the Thunder first half full game. I've been riding with the Thunder for the last couple of weeks. They've been cashing me pretty good. 21-5 ATS on the road, 16-10 straight up. When you look at the Bulls like more closely, like you've been saying, where they haven't really been shown any fight, the Bulls are 7-17 since January 1st. Now check out who they've beaten in these 7 games. They've beaten Detroit. They've beaten the Spurs. They've beaten the T-Wolves, Washington twice, and Cleveland twice. It's not the most impressive, bunch of victories you've ever heard. Against quality teams, they just don't show up. The Thunder qualify as a quality team because, like you just mentioned, they're 21-5 ATS on the road, by far the best road ATS team in the NBA. Meanwhile, the Bulls are 12-18 ATS at home. I just don't like the way the Bulls look at all. Meanwhile, the Thunder have won 12 of 15. I'll take the Thunder at this price. I don't love the 3.5 in the first half, but I'll ride with it. And I think in the full game, they'll just wear these Bulls out.
Yeah, they should. I mean, matchup wise, OKC just overmatched. I mean, the Bulls are overmatched by a lot of people, but OKC, like I said, they bring the A game here, man. I know it looks too easy, but shit, you hope that they don't come in sleepwalking this game. And we say that you hope they don't come in like they don't care, because they come in like they care. It's gonna be some shit like the Clippers game last night, Teddy. Which you have a lean on this game or play on OKC versus Chicago?
I could only take the road favorite. My powering number is 9.5 on the game. I thought it came out cheap. All that said, everything's priced into this number. OKC 21-5 ATS, Chicago's injuries, Chicago's failures, Chicago's lack of a home court edge. Even though my powering number is high, 2 points higher than the betting market number right now as we talk, I'm still not looking at OKC, and this is a value-laden team. And I've seen nothing from the Thunder that makes me convinced that, yeah, this is a step-up spot. We're going to come and play and bring it for 4 quarters. So it'll be a lean, and it's not even a real lean, really. This is not a game I'm getting involved in. I know I don't want the dog, so I'm not leaning towards the dog. It's favorite or pass, but it's going to be a pass for me. I'm not going to, especially with the line going up, I'm very unlikely to get involved.
Yeah, and so but the Bulls, they coming out to win. Like I say, man, they're not winning this game. I mean, it's just if OKC cares about covering, but they're not. I cannot see OKC losing this game to the Bulls. They're not the Wizards here. They don't really have any huge look ahead, anything like that. Let's get to the next game, man. The Pistons versus Denver. This is a little rematch, man. I know it looks like too many points when you really look at it, man. I remember it's an early Sunday morning game. I remember it. The Nuggets, they were smacking the shit out the Pistons there for a second, and then the Pistons slowly but surely come back and end up going to overtime. And the Nuggets, the big bad Nuggets, I mean, which they was balling at that point, and then they end up taking the L straight up. I'm pretty sure they remember that. Now the Pistons, they on the road. You know what I'm saying? You got no Drummond, you got no Morris, you got no Reggie Jackson. I think this one could get ugly. This is the game I did the write-up on. Obviously, the Pistons are in total free fall mode, total rebuild mode, and lost 6 straight games. Now, I mean, they can be feisty in some games. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, they was feisty that game versus the Blazers. That's the Blazers, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the Nuggets here at the house, man. I think they going smack the shit out these boys. They don't come out early like they did last time. And like I said, in the write up, they're never gonna look back, in my opinion, man. This could be a little trifecta spot for the Nuggets here. You had a look on this one, Teddy. Nuggets versus Pistons.
It's not a game I'm going to play. My stronger opinions are all at the very bottom of the card. The last 3 games I'm in action on, and nothing on the top of the card. All that said, Denver is healthy now. And think about that team hasn't been healthy at all this season, and they're healthy, which is a lot of bodies for Malone to get. They're a deep team to begin with. And Malone's really working on rotation minutes right now. Denver's not a team I'm trusting, say, for the next week or so to be laying these double digits. And they've been bad in this role all year, where, they have not been a let's lay double digits against lesser teams with them at home type of squad. That said, the Pistons, from a talent standpoint, are one of the 2 or 3 worst teams in the NBA right now. They're coming off a game in which they fought and blew it. I'm not convinced we get Detroit's best effort here. Pass for me.
Exactly, and I expect Detroit to come out flat. The play in the first, my play on this game was the Nuggets first half -7. Like I say, I know it's a revenge angle here. I mean, Detroit, like Tate says, flat spot. They are 4-0 ATS last 4 versus the Nuggets. Like I said, I didn't play the full game, even though I do think the Nuggets are going to cover it. I didn't play that. I do think they're going to come out strong. I wouldn't argue with anybody with the first quarter as well. I know the Nuggets come out slow sometimes, but in this particular game at the house with revenge, they gonna come out be about 14 again at the end of the first half. I mean, at the end of the first quarter, and like they were in their game. Like I said, it was like that game was like 11 o'clock in the morning. So I remember this shit. It was a real early start, isolated game because I had the under in that game, and that shit was flying over total real. I'm talking about the Nuggets. The Pistons had no answer for the Nuggets offense. They had 41 at the end of the first quarter. Man, what you got on this one, Jordan? Any quick thoughts on this, or did you have a play on this game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have a play on it, but I'm pretty sure that game was Super Bowl Sunday. It was the early afternoon games we were talking about.
It was on the second.
Vastly different teams. Vastly different teams from that. I mean, I think Jamal Murray was out of that game. Mason Plumlee wasn't back. They still had Beasley. That was before the trade. And then obviously Drummond was with the Pistons and stuff. So I mean, they're 2 very different rosters obviously from now. And then I'd be surprised if the Pistons get over 100 points in this game. To be honest, they couldn't even barely mustered up 104 against one of the worst defenses in the league 2 days ago. Against now Denver, a fully healthy squad. No way in hell I'd be stepping in front of them. But like Telly said, there is some different things. Like they only played Michael Porter 11 minutes the other night, so they are kind of still figuring out who's going to be their stretch rotation and going into the playoffs here. So probably just game I'm just going to lay off of entirely, I think. But definitely wouldn't fault you for laying the points here, just because Denver could just come out and just destroy these fools.
I can see it. Jordan Junior, did you have a play on this game, Nuggets versus Pistons?
Yeah, I'm getting in on the fading the Pistons business while the price is still hot, because in the next couple of weeks, their prices are going to start getting insane. They're in the middle of a 4-game road trip, a stretch where they play 5 out of 6 on the road. They've lost 6 in a row. Every single thing about them is makes them not a bet on team. Teddy just mentioned they're one of the 2 or 3 worst rosters in the NBA. I'll even argue that with Luke Kennard and Blake Griffin in the lineup, they're still one of the 2 or 3 worst rosters in the NBA. That's how bad they are. So I'm really fading these guys. I took Denver in a double-digit spread the other night against Minnesota. They got me on the hook. They missed the cover by a hook. They did cover the big first half spread. To anyone watching this show, you should definitely not get in the business of laying double-digit points with the Denver Nuggets on a regular basis, because that is just not going to work out for you. But in this specific case, in this specific spot where the Pistons have been getting their asses beat all over the place, after tonight they have 2 nights off. I think they're already off. Playing at altitude. Do you want me to keep naming things that are going wrong for the Pistons? Everything about this game leans me towards betting the Nuggets, so I'm taking from Nuggets first half full
Spicy
game.
Spicy Nuggets.
I'm going to get some spicy Nuggets. Teddy, you might know, but Teddy. When I bet on the Nuggets, I had to go get spicy nuggets from Wendy's, and I promise you, like the last 3 times, I know last 2 times for sure, it's worked. I'll be going to Wendy's, spicy nuggets, chocolate frosty. Y'all know what's going on. We got to get to the next game. We got to move a little faster, though, man. Y'all know what's going down. I'm going to get the nuggets. You better freaking believe it. I bet you. I know Teddy. I think I know my guy, Teddy. Teddy's my guy, man. I think my guy likes the Pelicans plus the 8. I know it went down. They got hit too, boy. It got hit went down to 7. It was up to 7.5, 7. So spot. Teddy, did you get on the Pelicans plus the 8?
You know I did. How do you know this stuff already? Yeah, I got New Orleans plus the 8 in my pocket. Absolutely. And there's like 6 different reasons why, but the key reason is this. This is a pretender versus contender for New Orleans, for the Pelicans. And I think they're contenders. I don't think they're pretenders. I'm a Pelicans believer. And when you talk about all these former Lakers going back to Staples, with Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo and company, all getting back to their former stomping grounds. I mean, you talk about a spot where we can expect the Pelicans to be maximally motivated. It's this. And this is a team that I want to be betting on. Lakers coming off that playoff atmosphere showdown, last-minute win against the Celtics. It's an exhale spot here. I think the Pellies give them a game. Yeah, New Orleans in my pocket. That's a play, not a lean.
That's my guy. I'm telling you, I told y'all he was on. Didn't I tell you? I told y'all, man. I like it as well. You know what? I knew he was on because I like it as well. Junior, what you think? What you think in this one? We saw the Lakers kind of get exposed there. They don't have a third leading scorer. I mean, Kuzma, if Kuzma can do it, you got to bring Caruso. We know they're a deep squad. Anybody can do it. But if AD and LeBron or one of those are off, we know the Pelicans, they did scare me last game versus Warriors. They could be looking ahead to this one. It scared me what is bullshit out there, but when they start to lock down on defense, that's when you can see it turn. You can see it now. If they bring their defense here, they got the offense. This double revenge. They didn't face the Lakers twice already this year. They damn near beat them at the house. It was up by 10, 15 at that one. Let it, AD went off and then they come back and get the win, but Pelicans still got the cover. The last game, I remember we was getting 11. It was like a last shot. Some shit happened, but we got the cash, though, with the 10.5 for 11. I remember, trust me, when I cash them, or if I lose it in the dramatic fashion, I'm going to remember, man. This is the third time. It's just double revenge, man. Give me that. Look, Pellies, what's up? Junior, what's up? What you think?
Man, I got the Pink Birds. I got the Pelicanos plus 8, man. I like the way they look. Here's an angle that I was really thinking about before I took the Pelicans plus the points. It's one of my official plays. In the 2 games that the Pelicans have lost so far to the Lakers, Brandon Ingram is 14 for 48 from the field. Zion, since he's been in the lineup, is taking about 16 shots a game. Brandon Ingram on the season takes about 17, 18. My point is, if Brandon Ingram can get closer to his normal number of about 17, 18 shots a game, I think he'll get a lot more quality looks with Zion in the lineup. And remember, Brandon Ingram is an all-star without Zion. So we haven't even really seen what these two can do because, Brandon Ingram is just coming back from an injury. And I think that if we're ever going to get Brandon's A game, his A effort, if you want to call it that, it's going to be tonight. He's got a lot to prove. All of the former Lakers really got a lot to prove because I think that the atmosphere in New Orleans is different because those fans really hate the Lakers, whereas the Lakers fans, they don't really care about New Orleans. They get all the stars. They always get the stars. That's just business as usual. But I think that the Pelicans players that are former Lakers are really going to come to play. I like this young team. I like the way they look. Drew Holiday in that mix. I just like everything about the Pelicans right now, and I just think it's too many points for a team that's won 7 of their last 10 games and just looks like they're trending up.
Exactly, and the Lakers are 6-12 ATS after playing Boston. So after that, it's a huge game. Obviously, they could have pissed away, come back late. It's a tough game. To face now back to back to win this game by double digits. We'll see. It could happen. The Lakers could turn on. The Pelicans could have that bad defense. Anything can happen. But I'm taking the Pellies, Pink Birds. Let's do it, man. Come on, Jordan. What you have anything on this one? We're gonna get to the next two games. We still got like 10 minutes. We cool.
I guess I might be the only one that's not jumping on the Pellies here, but it's for good reason because my initial thought was to do that for sure, and I kind of missed out on that initial line movement. So my first thought was to kind of look for that Pelican, that former Laker, that's going to have a big night tonight. Because if you guys are all correct, which I think you are, I think you guys are definitely on the right side. Seems like that way with the line movement, obviously. But like, is it going to be Ingram? Is it going to be Ball? Like, which one of the Pelicans goes over his prop total tonight? That is what I'm trying to figure out at this current point, because I think that the narrative of the Pelicans covering this game is the correct one. The question is, I think for me, is like how I'm going to make a little money off of the prop markets here, like on a Brandon Ingram points over. I think he's at 21.5 perhaps. Maybe even Lonzo comes to play tonight, hits a couple threes. I think his prop total is pretty reasonable, maybe like 10, 11 points. So one of those guys I may be on tonight. I don't decide which one, but I'll tweet that out tonight because I think that's how I'm handicapping this game. I think I'm going to stay away from the spread because I don't think you guys are wrong by any means, but I just don't like getting in the business of fading the Lakers at home, even coming off that emotional game. So that's how I'm going to attack this game tonight.
Yeah, let's get to Celtics versus Blazers spot, man. Open up at Celtics -5, and this one they had. I be on Bovada. They didn't have this one on there last night, man. Woke up, it was 6.5 immediately. It opened at 5, 6. I mean, I could see it at 5. It's at 3 shots yesterday. I couldn't get on it though. But 5. 6.5 immediately, man, up to 7.5 now, and we know people fading up just a clear fade of the Blazers here, and still without Dame Lillard. We know that Celtics, we can't forget that they coming off a huge game as well. They lost it, and Tatum can't be. Who on the Blazers is gonna stop Tatum? That's what I want to know. You got Marcus Smart, you got Hayward, you got Jaylen Brown. As long as everybody play, I mean, they got to. Whiteside has kind of shown something lately. They do have to contain him. If Tatum in his bag, bro, the Celtics by double digits, I think. I just don't like that. It just looks too easy. It does. Now the Pelicans when it played the Blazers, and that one looked too easy as well. But they overmatched the Blazers, man. They do by far. It's getting up there as well, but I do like the Celtics here. Nothing large. Don't like that everybody's on. It's a huge public pay. Everybody think it's gonna be just that easy, but the numbers back up as well. It's good. It's getting up there, but I do like the Celtics by double digits. Jordan, did you have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this is one I wrote up for the website, and it's one I got official on a couple of different slices of this one. I woke up this morning, for one of the first things I do, check my email, look at the lines for the day, and this total was sitting at 230.5 points, and I'm thinking, okay, no Kemba Walker, no Damian Lillard. You're without your two play callers, your two quarterbacks on offense. And on top of that, Marcus Smart's coming into the starting lineup again for Boston, and that makes them an infinitely better defensive team than when Kemba Walker's on the bench here. And then you open a 230.5 total, and so I saw it start to tick down. I grabbed the under at 228.5, grabbed it again at 226.5, and now it is down all the way to 223. And I think that's just for the reason why I think that the books maybe just screwed up this one a little bit because with the way that the Portland is going to look against this defense, I'd be very, very surprised to see them have a big night offensively without Dame in the lineup. It just this Boston team is motivated coming off that loss. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they smash them either in the spread, but I think the under is just a much better place. I think Boston's defense is going to come to play. They're going to try to slow down Portland as much as possible, make them into a half-court team, and make them defend in the half-court more importantly. So with the pace slowing down, potentially the defense ratcheting up for Boston, I love the under here. At 223, I wouldn't be surprised if you see some people try to middle that, especially with where it opened at 230.5. So I'd probably wait if you try to join with me here in this one because it could tick back up a little bit before game time. But I do think that this one, I could see Boston winning in a rout in this one too and holding Portland maybe 100, 105 points in this one. So
Junior,
you're right. It is.
Junior, you got something on this one? Junior, real quick on this Celtics versus Blazers spot?
I do not.
Okay. Teddy, did you have a look on this one? Celtics versus Blazers. You think Celtics gonna bounce back here, or is getting up there too many points? What you had this one power rated at, Teddy?
Well, so Jordan was saying who does the Blazers have that's going to control that's going to hang with Tatum tonight? Well, you don't think Melo can do it? Yes, that's a joke. Yeah. My power number on this game is Boston -6. I like Boston in theory. My numbers say that it's come and gone. Just like I like the under here in theory, and that number is come and gone. So both of these stay in the lean category at the current market numbers. I'm not going to get to the window. 7.5 is too much. And 223 is too low on a game that opened as high as 232. at
Right.
bookmakers. So didn't get the best number in either. Lean. Neither one's a bet.
Teddy, Kings versus Warriors is the last game on the slate. You like something in this? You like something in this game? Kings versus
Yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah, I put Sacramento in my pocket at -6. I thought that was cheap. And again, the Warriors are a very simple team to handicap right now. Anyone that has any interest in beating Golden State is going to beat Golden State by as many points as they want to. All right. That's the way. The teams that aren't interested aren't going to, they'll go in there and they'll win by 5 or whatever. But teams that are interested are going to smack the Warriors. This is your tanking team in the second half that you want to fade. And Sacramento's interested now. They won 5 out of 7. They've beaten some good. They've beaten the Heat and the Clippers during that span. It's not like they're all bottom feeders. The quotes out of the locker room are, "It's right now. Now's when we're going to make our push." I thought the price, and both meetings is already this year. Sacramento's covered 6 straight against Golden State. They take this matchup very seriously, and they've won both previous meetings this year by margin. They love to sweep this series. They love to win tonight. I think the Kings were cheap. -6 in my pocket.
Exactly. That's another one that steamed up as well. Opened up at 5, is up to 6.5 now. It's only going to go up from there. Teddy, you want to recap them with your plays, my guy, and then we're going to go to Junior.
Sure. I have 2 official plays. I played the Pelicans +8. Excuse me. And I played Sacramento -6. I have a bunch of leans as well. Boston and under, probably the 2 strongest of that group.
Got you. Junior, did you have anything on this? Can you fading the Warriors here, Junior? And then you can recap them with your plays, my guy.
No, I got nothing on that game. My official plays are Nuggets first half -7, full game 12.5. Thunder first half -3.5, full game -7.5. Raptors money line first half, Raptors full game +1, and the Pink Birds +8.
Got you. Jordan, what you got, my guy? What you got?
I don't have anything on Sacramento, Golden State. Definitely don't hate the Kings though. If you want to go that direction, for sure. I think that's probably Kings or nothing in that one. For me, my officials, I got under first quarter 54.5 between Charlotte and Indiana, and I got under at 228.5 and 226.5 in Boston and Portland.
Got you. Nice plays, my guy. Yeah, I'm man, the Raptors, man. I'm still looking at it. I hadn't got there yet, but I do think that's the only side I could bet there. I think it's the Bucks. If they're any of their losable games, this is definitely one. I'll definitely be taking shots. Tough to step in front of them. I'm pretty confident though with that Pelicans, man. Like I say, we'll see if they bring their defense today, like they can play. If they're interested in this game, they really got a shot to win outright in LA. Like I say, it's a double revenge spot, man. They're gonna come to play in LA. Them boys, a full squad here. The boys got Zion now. They got Lonzo back in. You know what I'm saying? The last time, I don't even think Lonzo played in the last game versus the Lakers. So you got Lonzo, and yeah, I know he didn't look. That's why the motherfucker was 10.5, 10, Teddy. But we're gonna cash it though. I hope so. I hope we cash the Pelicans today. Like I say, try to get the best of that number, man. If you get to 7.5 out there, try to get 7.5. Try to get to 8, man. Wait, some money gonna come back on the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I like the Pelicanos, man. The Celtics, I'm leaning that way. It's definitely getting up there, man. It's definitely getting up there. We on the Nuggets as well, -7 in the first half. We're gonna try to get some cash today, man. I'm trying to go back tomorrow and get some bandos. But I'm talking about like for real, man. That's what makes me feel good. Family, hang around with family and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Watching games and cashing them damn tickets, bro. Y'all know what we trying to do. Leche, trying to get all of it from the boys. Leche, Alo's Bookmaker.